I love drawing characters, but sometimes it's hard to come up with unique character traits for a new character, so I decided to make my own character prompt generator. After days of learning, confusion, and setting my keyboard basically on fire, wow, here it was.
Majestic.
It took me a couple of days to make it, and I posted it on my blog, youratpath.com, on February 3rd. And after just 2 months, over 18,000 people visited this character prompt generator. I honestly couldn't believe my eyes. I am so grateful. To visit it, you can go to my blog, youratpath.com, and in the menu, there's going to be a free art prompt generators tab. There's this one for characters, and there's one more for drawing ideas. I will leave a link to it in the description of this video so you can also follow along, press, click around. As you can see, there's different traits for your characters. There's actually 9 of them. You can click each one separately for a random prompt. If you don't like a specific one, you can keep clicking until you find the one that you like. Or you can press the button below that says generate all prompts at the same time, and it will do that. So for this video, I decided to test this prompt generator for my own characters. So I want to do 3 characters today. Let's get started. All right, so the first time I'm going to click by each type one by one. So character type, dancer. Talents and skills, playing chess. Okay. Personality, enthusiastic. Physical trait, shoulder length hair. Okay. Hair color, cocky. Basically blonde. And eye color, medium turquoise. Wonderful. I think I'm going to stop here for this one. I'm not going to generate the creature, the superpower. You guys can explore the other 3 on your own. The second character, let's press the generate all prompts at the same time and see what shows up. All right, so we have character type jeweler, whose skill is walking without making any noise. All right. Their personality is dishonest, and they have thin lips with carrot blue hair and papaya whip eye color. Okay, let's do the third one and do it one by one again. So the character type is maid. All right, that's gonna be a cute outfit. The talent and skill is what? Okay, that's gonna be super interesting and fun. I have no idea how I'm gonna pull it off. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna show you this third one after we're done with the first 2, because this one is just so precious and crazy. I need to think a little bit more about this one. All right, so let's start with character number 1. I like to use VizRef on my iPad. This is where I'm gonna store all of my references. References are important for art. Don't be ashamed for using them. I like compiling them from Pinterest and Google and all sorts of places, and not copying any one specifically, but rather using the combination of all to create my piece. I have a video on how to use references and some examples that I'll show you. If you want to check it out, there's going to be a pop-up right now. You can do so after this video. So before I get started, I like to warm up my hand so that my further characters will be more fun, easygoing, and kind of more confident. So I just picked one of the references and I started drawing. By the end of it, this is just a warm-up. I'm not going to be using it as a character, but this is just a fun way to get started and a little tip from me. So let's dive into the actual character. I did this sketch already. So for this one, I decided to put her in a scene where she's actually going to be playing chess. But when I think of playing chess, I think of people just wearing regular clothes, sitting at a park, you know, playing chess. Or if it's a tournament, then yeah, you dress up, whatever. But this one, I just wanted to be like picnic, but she's wearing fancy clothes because that's just who she is. And her favorite color is red. Yeah, I just came up with that. This is super great. And I'm going with bold red for her dress to catch attention and kind of stand out from the background. So I'm just putting in some colors right away to kind of establish the color relationship within this illustration. And I'm using a lot of selection tools, color fill, different brushes for grass and stuff like that. I think the most frustrating one was drawing the actual chessboard. That was a lot, but it was fun nonetheless. And I definitely spent a lot of time on this first one, and it's kind of more finished. But the next two, I will be more loose with them and just try to have a little bit more fun rather than restrict myself. This is something that I personally, as an artist, trying to strive for more loose artwork, faster artwork rather than rendered pieces. Personal preference, a couple years ago, I only wanted to see rendered stuff, and I thought if you can't render, you're not an artist, but obviously that's not true. And as I grew older and spend more years drawing, I realized that more and more. Either way, I really like her. The only thing is she's more kind of semi-realistic. Her face is more realistic, so she wouldn't be a character that really stands out, I think. And so for the next one, I think if I'll do her again as my character, then I will try to play more with the proportions of her face and make her a more memorable character in general. But I think the whole idea of dancer, chess player is very enticing, and I think I will work more with this character, actually, surprisingly. Maybe it's going to be a long-term character, just like the next one. So here is the final piece. That's how she worked out. So the second character, we have the jeweler, right? I decided not to go with dishonest, but more a trickster character. For this one, I thought it would be cool if she was a jeweler who also has her own jewelry shop. So we're gonna do two character outfits, and one of them will be for when she's working on her designs, and one will be for when she's selling them. So when she's selling them, she puts on a robe, comes out to the clients. It's a small shop, and when she's working, she's like more freely dressed. She has an apron and some jewelry everywhere, and I really like that I went with just that green blue color for her apron as well. I think it's a nice contrast with the gold, so I really like that. And for the piece, for the actual painting, I decided to put her in her shop. And for the trickster part, rather than dishonest but more like tricky, I decided to put her in this position, so that pose kind of signifies she's in power, her looking at us from a little bit down, so like her head is tilted a little bit forward and down, and she's looking up at us. It's also like that trickstery position. I'm not sure how to properly say that. And for the color palette, I also decided to go with all similar values and hues around her, with just the blue-green and the gold-yellow everywhere. And I think that really brings the whole piece together. Of course, I added some hue variation, pink, purple, green, to kind of bring more life to it. But other than that, the main focus are those two colors. That's the tone, that's the mood, and I think it suits her really quite well. This one is definitely a more rough painting, but it was more enjoyable, and I'm so excited because I really want to paint her as she's serving a customer as well. I think she's very cool. So if you guys have any ideas for names for character number 1, number 2, and number 3, leave them in the comments below, because I'm so bad at names. Maybe I should make a name generator or something because so far it's not working that well. And here is the final painting for character number 2. So for the character number 3, let's finally reveal that wonderful prompt that I got. So this one is a maid. So I'm gonna put her in a maid outfit. Her talents and skills are juggling, okay? That I thought that was like quite interesting. We can do a lot of fun stuff with that, like, you know, she's juggling tools that she uses to clean up or something around the house. This time I decided to interpret this idea and create an illustration that is more surreal rather than based in reality. So here is what I came up with, as I figured I could do something more surrealistic, and what could be better than the juggling balls falling everywhere from the sky and surrounding her, and just making it kind of like a calm, surreal piece of more of a state of mind or a feeling rather than an action. And so for this one, I kind of took that approach. So every single illustration so far has had a completely different approach to it. And I really like how this one turned out. I'm actually thinking of printing it out and putting it up on my wall. I just love how it turned out. So you can see I recorded a little bit from the top so you guys can see the process. And I also have obviously the Procreate time lapse for this one. I focused on the values, so her black maid outfit versus the super bright background that has like a circular motion there as well, so kind of similar to the round balls everywhere. I used motion blur and all sorts of other tricks that I like to use when painting, which you can, by the way, learn about in my Procreate course if you want to check it out. There's a link in the description and 10% off for my YouTube viewers. I love Procreate App. It's super fun, and together with the character prompt generator, I think this is such a fun thing to do. I am definitely going to do more of these in the future, and the first and second character, I think I'm going to explore them more. Maybe I'll publish some on my Instagram. We'll see about that. I'm not very active there, but if you want to check out some of my reels and artwork, then you can do so there as well. So here are the 3 finished paintings that came from this character prompt generator. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have a little bit more time, watch this one next. Thanks, guys!